Have you ever noticed how silence can feel louder than words? That one day she's laughing at your jokes, texting you nonstop, and then suddenly the messages stop. Her good mornings disappear, her replies get colder, and you're left staring at your phone wondering, what did I do wrong? It's a strange kind of pain, not the pain of rejection, but the pain of confusion. And here's the truth that almost every man learns the hard way. When a woman distances herself from you, she's not always leaving. Sometimes she's measuring. She's measuring your strength, your patience, your sense of self-worth. Because women don't just listen to your words, though, they feel your energy. And when that energy starts to scream, I need you to like me, her instincts pull her away. But when you understand how to handle this moment with stoic composure, something magical happens. She stops being the one in control and starts wondering who you truly are. Let me explain how, through a story that most men can relate to, but few ever understand. Chapter 1. The Disappearing Act. James was a confident guy, ambitious, grounded, living in New York City. He met Sarah at a coffee shop near Central Park. Their connection was instant. The first week was fire. Long talks, laughter, chemistry. Then, without warning, it shifted. Sarah's replies turned from paragraphs to single lines. Her energy changed. She said she was busy, and just like that, she was gone. James did what most men do. He tried to fix it. He called, he texted, he asked if everything was okay. And each time, her distance grew wider. What James didn't know was that Sarah wasn't trying to hurt him. She was reacting to something deeper. In psychology, there's a concept called emotional saturation. When a woman gets too much attention too soon, her emotional receptors get overloaded. She needs space, not to disappear, but to feel polarity again. And this is where most men fail. They try to fill the silence with more noise, more attention, more reassurance, more pursuit. But women don't fall in love with noise. They fall in love with gravity. Chapter 2. The Rule of Emotional Gravity. Imagine the earth suddenly stopped pulling. Everything would float away. That's how attraction works. A man's emotional gravity keeps a woman curious, engaged, and drawn in. But when you start orbiting her, checking her social media, analyzing her silence, living for her validation, you lose that gravity. That's when she floats away. Female Psychology 101. When a woman senses you've emotionally surrendered to her too soon, her instincts test you. It's not cruelty, it's biology. Women are wired to seek security. They want to feel that the man they're drawn to can handle pressure, emotional, mental, and situational. And silence is her way of saying, show me if you can stand still when the storm hits. The weak man drowns in the storm. The strong man observes it. Marcus Aurelius once wrote, if it is endurable, then endure it. Stop complaining. That's not just philosophy, man, that's emotional power. So when she distances herself, don't chase, don't argue, don't beg. Anchor yourself. Because the moment you stop chasing, you create the tension that brings her back. Chapter 3. The Power of Stillness. In a world where men are taught to fix everything, doing nothing feels like failure. But here's the paradox, and in relationships, stillness is often your greatest move. Think of stillness not as silence, but as presence without panic. When Sarah ignored James, he could have chosen peace. He could have said, all right, she's pulling away, I'll let her. That one decision would have shifted everything, because it changes the energy dynamic. Suddenly, you're not the chaser. You're the chooser. The feminine is drawn to strength that doesn't need to prove itself. The masculine, in its highest form, waits, not out of weakness, but out of wisdom. This is what most men never master, the art of emotional non-reactivity. Because your reaction is your report card. If you crumble when ignored, it tells her your emotional world revolves around her. If you remain calm and consistent, it tells her you have a life and she's invited, not required. Stillness is not apathy. It's control. It's knowing that chasing her only confirms her power, while staying grounded confirms yours. Chapter 4. The Silence That Speaks Louder. After a few weeks, Sarah noticed something strange. James wasn't chasing anymore. He stopped texting. He stopped checking her stories. Instead, he was living, posting photos of his hikes, focusing on his business, laughing with friends. And slowly, her curiosity returned. Because women aren't drawn to your need, they're drawn to your direction. There's a quote from Epictetus. Circumstances don't make the man, they only reveal him to himself. Silence is one of those circumstances. When she stops talking to you, the universe is testing you. Will you become desperate or disciplined? Will you beg for attention or build your focus? Women feel energy before words. And when she senses your energy shifting from "I need you" to "I'm good with or without you," something flips in her mind. That calm indifference? It's intoxicating. Because now she doesn't feel your pressure, she feels your presence. And presence is what reignites attraction. Chapter 5, The Law of Emotional Reversal. There's a strange law in psychology: the harder you chase something, the faster it runs. But when you walk away, it often turns around. It's not manipulation. It's energy alignment. When James stopped reacting, Sarah began feeling his absence. His silence was no longer a void, and it was a mystery. She started thinking, why isn't he trying anymore? Did he move on? Does he still care? That emotional curiosity is what reopens a woman's connection. Men think attraction is built by talking. It's not. It's built by emotional space. Because when she can't predict you, she has to feel you. So what do you do when she ignores you? You do exactly what she doesn't expect. You don't react. You stay grounded, calm, patient. You improve your body, your mind, your focus. You become more interesting not by performing, but by progressing. The Stoics called this the inner citadel fortress within. When your inner world is stable, no silence can shake it. Chapter 6, Reconnecting Without Losing Power. Weeks later, Sarah reached out again casually. Hey, how have you been? Most men would jump at the chance. But James had changed. He replied simply, doing great. Been focused on a few things lately. That's it. No chasing. No emotional flood. And that one sentence told her everything. That he was fine without her. That his world didn't stop when she left. Women don't come back because you beg, they come back because you evolve. When she distances herself, your only mission is transformation. When she ignores you, your job is evolution. You're not waiting, you're upgrading. Because when you grow during silence, she returns to a new version of you, one she can't predict, one she must relearn. That's what reignites attraction. Not words, not texts, not explanations, but evolution. Chapter 7, The Stoic Truth Behind Female Distance. Here's ultimate truth: when a woman distances herself, she's giving you a gift, not a punishment, a mirror. She's showing you where you place your worth. If her silence destroys your peace, you've given her too much power. If her distance inspires you to focus inward, you've mastered emotional control. Every Stoic philosopher understood this. You cannot control others, only your reactions. So when she withdraws, let her. Don't make it about revenge. Don't play games. Simply return to yourself. Because every time you choose discipline over desperation, you become more magnetic. And one day she'll realize that silence didn't break you, it built you. Chapter 8, The Man She Never Forgets. Months later, Sarah saw James again by chance. He was different. His energy was calm, his confidence quiet. There was no bitterness, no tension, just peace. And that peace did what no message could. It spoke louder than words. Because here's the paradox. When a woman ignores you, it's not the end of attraction. It's beginning of your transformation. She may have pulled away to test your strength, but your silence became your proof. She saw a man who didn't chase because he didn't need to. And that kind of man, she never forgets. So if you're in that space, right now, if she's ignoring your messages, distant or cold, don't crumble. Smile. Because this is your test. Every great man faces that moment where love forces him to meet himself. The question is, will you break or will you build? The weak man loses himself in silence. The strong man finds himself in it. So breathe. Pull your focus inward. Because the moment you stop chasing her, you start attracting everything you thought you lost. And with that said, thanks for watching, and until next time.